Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here, the Cornerman MMA. We got another fight look in front of us. UFC 290 was just announced is going to host the unification bout between the featherweight title holders with Yair Rodriguez and Alexander Volkanovski. The people's champion, Alexander Volkanovski, I might add. Everyone who doesn't love the Volk, right? So, phew, such a good fight. Now, it's funny in fights. I think this is going to be primarily a stand-up battle until it's not. I'll get into that in a minute, but it's more or less. Usually you hear me say a lot of times in these stand-up battles, who controls the center. I don't think that's going to be such a big deal here. However, it's going to be who puts that stamp. Who puts the stamp on the exchanges? Who finishes these exchanges? Now, we'll get into how I feel about that in a minute. Both guys never give up anything. This is why it's going to be such a great fight. Both these guys do very well at winning exchanges, which is usually what inches them in close parts and rounds if they're not finishing fights. So, all right. So we just talked about all the stand up, and I like to break down who wins where and why. So we're going to start with the stand up. Now, let's not start with the stand up. Let's go. I'm going to go overall ground and wrestling. I'm going to go wrestling to Volk. I'm going to go overall ground to Volk with jiu-jitsu to Yair. Now, in that aspect, I don't necessarily mean this is where MMA is funny. I don't think that just jolts. Oh, okay. Quinn just gave him 2 out of 3 attributes to to Volk. I don't think that means that with this fight. This Yair has really developed in the last few years. He's so much fun to watch, where he really keeps the fight where he wants to. And even when he's on the ground, he's very good at standing up. Um, might have to take advantage of that in this fight. Might have to do that here. Now, on the stand up, it's not so cut and dry as to Volker Yair. Now, the Muay Thai, yes, I'm going to go with Yair for so many reasons. Now, he's so good with the knees. He's good with kicks. He has those 8 points he uses very well. Elbows, all of it. Boxing, I'm going to go to Volk. No, he just overall he really puts the stamp on those combinations with his hands, as I was saying. Now, power, I'm going Volk. Speed, I'm going Yair. So, the breaking down the stand up in this fight is going to be so much fun to watch. So, all right, let's get into it. Why don't we start with Yair? How does Yair win this fight? Now, um, he's got to keep his distance. He's I mean, I'm going to say it with both. Like, whoever wins, whoever puts the stamp on the combination on the exchanges, is whoever's going to win these fights. Now, um, combinations and strikes I would use for Yair, keep Volk at the end of things. Obviously, don't let the shorter fighter come in, make it a telephone booth fight. Not to get involved in what I'm saying about Volk's game plan here, but also utilize that front kick a lot. Utilize that high front kick right to the chin a lot. Just really try to do some damage with that front kick. I believe that's how he knocked out Frankie Edgar. I forget. It's been a little while. Use those high kicks. When a fighter is using his high kicks, as we've seen before a lot lately, the shorter fighter's keeping that high guard. And when the shorter fighter's keeping that high guard, he can't launch those big looping punches. So I think we're going to see a lot of 1-2, 2-1 high kick with Yair. And I really want to make a point to say just how great Yair is at just adding punches after kicks and stuff like that. It's so hard. Something I was never able to do is when you see him, if he throws these high kicks, he throws these low kicks, he throws punches after. I saw one time he threw a left kick and then a left hook right after. It's masterful. It's not something that I wasn't able to do. Something I never really worked on, but I wasn't able to do it. But the way, no matter what kicks or knees from the clinch he throws, he's throwing punches after. That is such a hard technique to accomplish, such a hard combination to pull off. I mean, you could throw the punches, but usually they don't have a lot behind him, and that's not Yair. He's doing stuff to score with those punches after kicks as he's resetting. So I think that plays a lot for him here a lot. That's how he would finish the combinations. So that's how I would do it there. Just finish the combinations, add some head kicks, front kicks, punches after, obviously punches before. Um, straight punches to the body, come up top with the head kicks, stuff like that. Make it the Muay Thai or the kickboxing bout. Muay Thai, that's going to be interesting. Maybe we'll talk about the clinch in a little bit. So now if I'm Volk, how am I winning this fight? Like I said, he likes to finish those combinations. He's going to do a much better job of finishing those exchanges. I keep calling them combinations. Volkanovski's going to do a much better job at finishing those exchanges if he's in that telephone booth, throwing those looping punches, not necessarily making it dirty, but like throwing those looping punches, maybe getting the clinch. But I would try to avoid the clinch here at this point. Now, the one thing that Volk has for him, where I think that Yair, he would finish combinations or exchanges by throwing the punches after the kicks, throwing the punches after. Volk can wrestle, and the fact that Volk's a little bit shorter, it's really going to help him get underneath stuff, shoot underneath stuff in the middle of these flurries that they're going back and forth with. So I think you're actually going to see that a lot here. Is a lot of the oh yeah, oh. And now I don't really mean that the crowd that they're going to be bored, but the fact that you're going to see these crazy exchanges ending in a Volkanovski takedown. I think we're going to see a few of those in this fight. Now, and ultimately, like that's a real safeguard for Volk to have. Now, okay, let's talk about the clinch between the two, the Muay Thai, so to speak. It's not really Muay Thai. This is MMA right now because with Volk, if he gets in that clinch, I'm going to try to do the Daniel Cormier dirty boxing: underhooks, uppercuts, hooks, underhooks, uppercuts, hooks. Do that. I'm not going to. If it becomes a Muay Thai clinch, he's going to get extended to the taller fighter in Yair, and Yair is deadly in those Thai clinches, throwing knees, throwing elbows, making everything count, and throwing high volume of it as well. So yeah, that's another strength that Yair I think has here is the volume slightly. So I would make it a dirty boxing wrestling clinch where Yair is going to have to make it a Thai boxing clinch. All right, so adjustments. If Yair Rodriguez is losing this fight, it's because he's getting taken down. So what does he got to do? He's going to have to move offline. The explosive short north-south fighter, he's going to have to give him a little more distance to cover. Jab outside kicks, left high kicks as opposed to right high kicks. That just helps you reset a little bit better on move. 1-2s and move. Keep it simple. 1-2s and move. 1-2s and move. 1-2 front kick, stuff like that. Just stay offline. Like when I say a north-south fighter, I mean a fighter that goes straight down the middle. And Volk is very explosive, going straight down. So now, if I'm Volk and I'm losing this fight, I can't get it to ground. I'm not winning these combinations. If I'm not winning these combinations, it's because Rodriguez is keeping him at distance. So what does Volk got to do? Go back, keep it elementary, like I love doing. In fact, that plan B of the adjustment that I just mentioned for Yair Rodriguez, maybe he's cutting those angles anyway. Maybe he's doing a good job at that in this fight. So what does Volk got to do? He's got to make him walk himself into a corner and use that lateral movement to keep Yair in that corner and use those powerful explosive punches to get inside that telephone booth and do damage to the body, damage to the head, maybe a takedown. But at this point, you're trying to make those adjustments. You probably need to knock him out and do damage up top. So those are the adjustments I would see there. So yeah, so look for the corner screaming things like move your head, Volk, move your head. Double jabs, Volk, although he doesn't have a bad jab. I just don't see him double jabbing a whole lot. Look for the corner with the adjustments or the MMA corner adjustments on Yair's side. Just be like, keep distance, front kicks, feint and move. If you feint and move, it could give Volk that pause to create a little space in its own right. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this one. Another fight was announced that we're going to be talking about later. We got a bunch of stuff going on this week. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.